Good morning. My name is Josh Wright, and I have the honor of serving as city manager for the great city of Chandler. And on behalf of the mayor and council and all of the incredible group of public servants we call Team Chandler, I'm thrilled to welcome you here today for this special occasion. I am told that swearing in a new chief of police during a solar eclipse is actually a good omen. So with that, let's begin the morning ceremony. And if I could ask everybody to rise, if you're able, and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Again, thank you for joining us here today. I'd like to begin by taking a moment to introduce the members of our Chandler City Council who have joined us here today, beginning with Mayor Kevin Harkey, Vice Mayor Odie Harris, Councilmember Mark Stewart, Councilmember Jane Poston, Councilmember Angel Encinas, and Councilmember Matt Orlando. There he is. And Councilmember Christine Ellis. Thank you for being here today with us. What an exciting day this is for the Chandler Police Department, the city of Chandler, and our Chandler community as we formally swear into office our new Chief of Police, Bryan Chapman. Chief Chapman joins the Chandler Police Department from the city of Phoenix, where he concluded his exemplary service just last week, in fact, at the rank of Assistant Chief, a journey that began 28 years ago as an officer with the police department in Bowling Green, Ohio. In Phoenix, Chief Chapman held assignments in the Central City and Mountain View precincts, the Violent Crimes Bureau, Family Investigations Bureau, the Downtown Operations Unit, and the Training Bureau. Promoted to Assistant Chief in 2021, Chief Chapman most recently led the Organizational and Professional Development Division with responsibility for employment services, training, and organizational integrity, as well as serving as the Executive Officer Liaison with the U.S. Department of Justice. He is a graduate of the University of Toledo, the Certified Public Manager Program at ASU, and the Senior Management Institute for Policing, as well as serving on the Board of Directors of the Valley of the Sun YMCA. Chief Chapman joins the Chandler Police Department at an exciting time in our history. Chandler consistently ranks among the safest large cities in the nation, an achievement bolstered by a declining serious crime rate that approaches what we experienced in the late 1980s, when our city had around a third of the population that we do today. In our annual resident budget survey released earlier this year, a stunning 92% of respondents reported they felt safe in Chandler, with even higher ratings for Chandler's quality of life and satisfaction with city services. And just 2.5 years ago, nearly 70% of Chandler voters supported a police bond package to continue investing in our facilities, equipment, and technology. In an era that is marked by polarization, frequent distrust in public safety and government as a whole, and declining resources, this is a community that loves its police, and our police love our community. When I offered Chief Chapman the position a few months ago, I told him it's hard to go anywhere in Chandler and not have one of our residents offer to buy your lunch or a cup of coffee. And I have personally experienced this firsthand, the hardship of going out to lunch with a police officer who's in uniform, because inevitably they get their lunch or coffee paid for, and the other person just stares blankly at me in a suit and tie, wondering who in this day and age would dress like that in the summer in Arizona. I'm sure they're thinking, is he going to a wedding, maybe a funeral? It's too early for a funeral. What's he doing? But needless to say, we are incredibly fortunate in Chandler to live in a place where the sight of a police car still inspires pride, where the calm voice of a dispatcher still instills confidence, and where the hard work and professionalism of our more than 500 dedicated officers and civilians still means trust. In times of tragedy and in times of joy, the support of our city council, our city leadership, and our Chandler community in its police department has never wavered. And that is truly why we are the incredibly safe city that we are today. And there's much more ahead. From launching our real-time crime center to a new forensics facility to our behavioral health initiatives, to growing partnerships with schools, to recruiting the next generation of public safety leaders, Chief Chapman will lead the Chandler Police Department from its proud past into its bright future. His experience, professionalism, and enthusiasm have already made an impression as we prepared for this day. Chandler is a special place, and I am confident we have found a special person in Bryan Chapman to join our team. Before we have Chief Chapman formally take the oath of office, I would like to take a moment for a special recognition for our outgoing acting Chief of Police, Melissa DeAnda. Chief, could I actually have you come up here for a minute? Chief DeAnda, I know you were surprised, to say the least, when I asked you to serve as our acting Chief of Police late last year, but you have done a fantastic job in these past several months. Your incredible work ethic, empathy, and sense of dedication to the Chandler Police Department have been remarkable. You've had to deal with situations in only a few short months that many chiefs never have to deal with in their entire careers, but you've handled them in a way that kept our department together and moving forward. Personally, I've tremendously enjoyed getting to know you better and experiencing your leadership and collegiality. Thank you for all you've done for the Chandler Police Department and for the city of Chandler. And we have a special gift for you. So there's a little story behind this. This is a badge that says Interim Chief on it, which we had to have specially made. So when Chief DeAnda first agreed to become the acting Chief of Police, I asked her, "Are you going to do any of the formal regalia that goes with being a chief?" And she said, "No, I don't want to do any of that." She's a very humble person. I also think she wanted to make sure we didn't accidentally forget to hire a Chief of Police to succeed her and leave her as the permanent. That was probably more of what it was. But I said, is there such a thing as an interim chief badge? She said, "No, there's no such thing. I'm just going to wear my assistant chief badge." Well, now there is an interim chief badge, and I'm proud to present it to you. Thank you. So at this time, I'd like to invite Chief Chapman to come forward to present him with his official Chief of Police badge. This one does not say interim, by the way. And introduce his family and special guests in attendance today. I'd also like, at the same time, to invite forward our presiding magistrate of the Chandler Municipal Court, Judge Alicia Skupin, who will administer the oath of office. And upon taking the oath, Chief Chapman's badge will be pinned by his family, and we'll invite him to make some comments as he begins his tenure as our Chief of Police. So we can have family and Judge Skupin come up, please.
So I'd like to start off by introducing my family, my wife of 24 years, Dawn, and this is our 18-year-old son, Zach. He's a senior at Desert Vista High School, and when he graduates, he wants to go into a public safety career. Well, he doesn't want to be a firefighter. He wants to be a police officer.
And it begins.
Was Chief Wiggins here by chance? Oh, yeah. How are you? Yeah, keep on. And this is our soon-to-be 15-year-old daughter, Ava. She's a freshman at Desert Vista, and she's getting ready to embark on a very exciting life journey called babysitting. And she's got very reasonable rates, if anybody's interested. This is my pride and joy.
All right. Chief, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Sure. And repeat after me. I, Bryan Chapman.
I, Bryan Chapman.
Do solemnly swear.
Solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona.
And the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
And defend them against all enemies.
And defend them against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge.
And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge.
The duties of the office of Chief of Police.
The duties of the office of Chief of Police.
For the city of Chandler.
For the city of Chandler.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you all for attending today. I know how busy life and schedules can be, and the fact that you took some time, carved it out of your day to be here is touching and greatly appreciated. You'll hear me as we get to know each other over the next couple months talk about major themes in life, and one of those is from my love of family. As some of you know and learned through the hiring process, I was born and raised in a small town in Northwest Ohio where our family still are today, and Ohio State football reigns supreme. Thanks to the official City of Chandler YouTube channel. My parents are watching this live stream from Northwest Ohio. My brother and his wife are watching from just outside of Columbus. And my sister and brother-in-law are watching from that state situated just north of Ohio. Even though they're 2,000 miles away, I've always felt their support near and dear to me. My biggest source of love and support, however, comes from my wife and kids. As public safety families can likely relate, opportunities in this profession often come at inopportune times in family life, especially as you work together to raise a family. Changes in hours and days off, work locations, and call-out responsibilities become the norm. Something those of us who sign up for this work fully understand, but it's not something your family necessarily signed up for. Nonetheless, throughout my career, this family of mine has responded to the challenges by supporting me and assuring me that we'll figure it out and we'll make it happen. My prayer, sincerely, for all public safety employees is that you have the kind of unconditional love and support that I have been blessed with over the last 30 years. Next, I want to thank City Manager Josh Wright for the trust and confidence he had in selecting me to lead the Chandler Police Department. That sincere gratitude extends to the mayor and council members, as well as all city department heads who had input in this process. My commitment to all of you is to be highly collaborative in our relationships as we work together to face challenges and create solutions which will elevate the entire city and its reputation. I see my Phoenix PD family is here and well represented. So well represented, I wonder if there's actually any command staff left in the city. I want to thank all of you for molding and forming me over the last 2 decades. Some of our experiences have been forged by fire. Some have been tested on the street. And some of the most difficult battles have occurred in conference rooms over spreadsheets and budgets. But no matter how our paths crossed, I will be forever grateful for our time together. And I look forward to working with you in this new capacity. Finally, and most importantly, to my new Chandler PD family, I want you to know how honored and proud I am to wear this uniform and work alongside each and every one of you. Over the last few weeks, I've had the opportunity to meet many of you, and my family has been welcomed with open arms, and you've been incredibly gracious. For those I've already met, I look forward to building on those initial conversations, and for those who I have yet to meet, I look forward to our time together, and I promise I'll see you soon. From our newest professional staff members to our most senior sworn officers, everyone plays a part in the organizational success of the Chandler Police Department. Believe me when I say that I want great things for each and every one of you, both personally and professionally. Greatness is no accident. It requires you to tackle adversity head on. It challenges you to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and it forces you to look at everything you do through a lens of continuous improvement so that you are boosting yourself, your team, and this department in your everyday practices. Greatness is intentional, and the best thing about greatness is that you choose it. We choose greatness. My buddy Jason Schechterly is here today. Jason and I were patrol partners 23 years ago when he is catastrophically injured in the line of duty on March 26, 2001. Only through a series of miracles did he survive. 1 year and 3 months later, a nearly identical crash took the life of Chandler police officer Rob Nielsen. Jason and I and our buddy Shane visited the scene of Officer Nielsen's crash on Chandler Boulevard. We had a very helpless feeling, and we were in disbelief, and we mourned with you. Those sacrifices will always be remembered, as they are a constant reminder of how quickly things can change forever in this line of work. Since Jason's miraculous recovery, he's traveled the world sharing his story and inspiring tens of thousands of people. If you haven't had the opportunity to see or hear Jason speak or read his book, you're really not missing that much. Spoiler alert, it's all about him, okay? But I do want to summarize the closing part of his presentation, where he focuses on our inability to control most things in our everyday lives. We can't control the traffic or the weather, and we can't control an upcoming doctor's appointment. We can't control a solar eclipse on the day you get sworn in as police chief. But and you certainly can't control what others say or do. But the one thing we have absolute control over every day is our attitude. From the moment we awake until the end of that day, our attitude is our choice. I will tell you that positive attitude and greatness are best friends. Where you find one, the other's close by. My collective challenge for all of us in Chandler, from our administrative and operations support staff to detention officers, to police aides, to communication bureau employees, to forensic services, and to police officers, is to bring our positive attitude and our thirst for greatness to everything we do, everything we say, and everything we act upon. When we do that, we elevate ourselves, we elevate our teams, and we elevate the Chandler Police Department. Today, our journey begins. Let's go do great things. May God bless the Chandler Police Department and all of you here today. Thank you.
Thank you all once again for joining us here today. This concludes our ceremony this morning. I would like to invite all of you to the foyer where you came in for some light refreshments. Thank you again. God bless you.